Season 5 of award-winning Aging and Awesome is a production of the Nevada Senior Care Foundation, the A&A Media Group, and Consider It Done Productions, proudly presented by community stakeholders across Nevada and Senior Care Plus, the only Nevada-based not-for-profit Medicare Advantage plan serving Las Vegas Henderson, Reno Sparks, and more. Senior Care Plus, for the healthiest reasons.
Hello everyone watching across Nevada and around the world on streaming TVs. Welcome to Aging and Awesome. I'm Joe Della Ripa.
And I'm Kai Sisson. Today we share the love this Valentine's Day weekend. Erin Breen brings us the story of a couple who found their way back to love after nearly 5 decades apart.
And finding affordable housing for seniors can be challenging. We share how some COVID relief packages could include many seniors struggling to pay rent.
Plus, how the Nevada housing market is increasingly outpricing some seniors and families, but there is good news for sellers. Realtor Marsha Rambo is here to explain.
And later, a spin in Kai's cab and how you can win something from home. Aging and Awesome begins right now. True love endures over time, through all kinds of life events and at every age.
Erin Breen shares the story of Valentines who fell in love at first sight and married 47 years later.
Dick and Judy Lovell look like they've always been together. And they have known each other since they were in college.
In 1959, we were both 20. And Judy was working at Zephyr Cove Lodge at Lake Tahoe.
Judy was going to UNR. Dick was going to school in California and just happened to be in Tahoe on vacation when his cousin told him to check out the girl at the Zephyr Cove Lodge.
And sure enough, there was this gorgeous girl and who looked somewhat like...
We love this story.
She looked like a combination of Natalie Wood and Audrey Hepburn. And I was dazzled. Asked her out, and we had a summer romance.
But time and distance took its toll. Judy married Robin Bogich. They had 3 children and a long and happy marriage. Dick also had a family of his own. As Dick was cleaning out his mother's house 47 years after that summer, he came across a box of memories.
The bottom of my college mementos was this picture of Judy at 20 and some letters.
He did some research, and he wrote Judy a letter. Just about the same time that Dick was writing to Judy, Judy was driving through California. She and her sister just happened to have a conversation about whatever happened to Dick Lovell.
About 5 days later is when I got the note from Dick, which was so surprising. And I went to the mail and I looked at the card and I said, I'm going to know what happened to Dick Lovell. I wrote to him and said that I too was a grandmother and I was also a widow and had been a widow for 9 years.
After 6 months of phone calls, they met for lunch. And neither was nervous at all.
I looked at that face and those some beautiful, beautiful eyes that I had remembered at 20. And your turn, Judy.
And when he got out of the car, I thought, oh, I remember him.
While Judy hadn't expected ever to find love again, she did have a list of things to watch for. One was a poet. And guess what?
When we were walking down by the river and sitting together, I said to Dick, well, what are you going to do in your retirement? And he said, well, I thought I'd write some poetry. And I thought, well, then, huh? Long story short, we were married 4 months later. That was our wedding.
Oh, you look beautiful. and they've been married for 14 years. Dick collects, reads, and writes poetry.
Life is delicious. It is afternoon. Apron attired, I stand at the counter.
And Judy's discovered some bonuses.
He's a really good dancer. I didn't know that until we were on our honeymoon. And I thought, wow, a bonus. And the other one was he cooks.
They have just the right recipe for success and just the right chemistry to continue what started a lifetime ago.
She truly had been my first love, and I carried her in my heart all that time.
They have 8 children, 13 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren between them now. And I'd say they've got one of the best Valentine stories around. For Aging and Awesome, I'm Erin Breen.
Thank you, Erin. Still to come, we discuss affordable housing for seniors with the Nevada Housing Division, what some COVID relief might mean for older people struggling to pay rent, and a discussion on the housing market here in Nevada.
Don't you go anywhere. We reconvene with Erin Breen in 90 seconds.
If you're 64 or 65 and newly eligible for Medicare, you only have a few months to enroll, or you may incur a late enrollment penalty. By understanding Medicare now, you'll have time to get a full picture of the choices that are right for you. Join experts from Senior Care Plus for a free ABCs of Medicare seminar to learn about Medicare and the options available to you. Sign up at seniorcareplus.com or call 775-982-3158 today.
If you're dealing with a serious illness or going through treatment, you don't have to do it alone. Infinity Hospice Care provides palliative care through Nevada Care Connect to help with symptom management, emotional support, and the care you need. Treatment can begin any time during an illness, during and after treatment, and all of it from the comfort of your home. Nevada Care Connect will work directly with your doctor and specialist to ensure the treatment you receive is exactly what you want. Learn more at nevadacareconnect.com.
Life is story. Pages of amazing adventure and narrow escapes. Bold steps taken, races run, chapters on love and hard lessons and new beginnings. Your life, your legacy, our privilege to serve. Morningstar Senior Living.
Love in the time of Corona. Now, what would Gabriel Garcia Marquez have to say about that, huh? He, of course, wrote the famous novel Love in the Time of Cholera, which is fiction. It's about a lifelong love affair. But it points out that love can have as devastating effects on the soul and on your body as cholera does on your physical being. Love in the Time of Corona has undoubtedly meant a lot of changes for a lot of people. More and more people are opting for small backyard weddings. Not gone, but certainly diminished are the extravagant weddings, over-the-top ceremonies, and opulence of the celebrity extravagance. And while that has cut into the wedding planning business, the catering, and all of the big-ticket items related to weddings, it has, at least in my opinion, added back more meaning into the mix. It's made people actually prioritize out of necessity. Now, if it can only be 10 people that you invite, you know it's going to be the 10 most important people, not just everybody you can think of. And that is a doable thing in your backyard, where everyone can actually hear the vows and they can all be involved in supporting a new couple. There's no doubt that it's made general love a lot harder for everyone too. Socializing with friends is out, other than online. Seeing family in person is tough if it involves traveling anywhere, let's say, other than from room to room. And hugging relatives is impossible if they're at risk at all. And it seems like just keeping in touch is far more about creativity these days than it is about physical opportunity. Gabriel Garcia Marquez takes his love story through the decades. Let's hope this isn't gonna last that long. But here's the thing. If you want to be able to spend holidays and time with our loved ones next year, then we just have to put up with all the rules to keep us all safe right now this year. So again, as Gabriel Garcia Marquez wrote, if we can all endure what we need for love, we'll realize that it's really not death, but life that has no limits. For Aging and Awesome, I'm Erin Breen.
Thank you so much for allowing Aging and Awesome to enter your living rooms for the last couple of years. And now welcome to mine, where we are so excited to announce Aging and Awesome can now be viewed by the world on Amazon, Apple, and Roku connected TV devices. I have an Apple TV and it is so easy to use. Just scroll around, click on an episode, and watch. Just search Aging and Awesome and download our app. Many people who would otherwise not be able to watch are now able to around the world. So we'll see you on Amazon, Roku, and Apple TV.
Thinking about moving or downsizing? You should meet my good friend, Marcia Rambo, with Realty One Group Eminence. With over 30 years experience, if you're looking for a home that better fits your lifestyle, call Marcia today and tell her Joe sent you.
Even with more than 1 million people cared for by hospice each year, the decision to call hospice is never easy. However, at Infinity Hospice Care, many families tell us they wish they would have contacted us sooner. And with hospice being covered by Medicare and most insurance, the decision to get your loved ones the help they need is even easier. Plus, the registered nurses at Infinity Hospice Care are available 24/7. To learn if we can help, go to infinityhospicecare.com.
Customized coverage for your healthcare needs. Your Insurance Agency, serving Nevada seniors for over 50 years. Your Insurance Agency offers all Medicare plans. You need a plan as unique as you are. Your Insurance Agency has agents across Nevada. Call 775-209-1010.
I thought there was nothing people could do about scams until I found Better Business Bureau's Scam Tracker website. There, I learned about scams in my area.
I lost a lot of money.
And I shared my story, too. I was offered an online work-from-home job. I spent all this money on course training materials, but there was no job. So be careful.
Thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome. Better Business Bureau. Start with trust.
Living at Lakeside Manor, an independent senior living community in the heart of Reno, means pleasure for the residents and peace of mind for their families. Rooms are available now, starting at $15.30 a month. Take a tour of Lakeside Manor today. For nearly 30 years, Michelson & Associates has been protecting Nevada families and their legacies, specializing in elder law, including estate planning, contested estates, guardianship, probate, Medicaid, and VA pension benefits. Their goal is to protect seniors from exploitation and to build, protect, and sustain family relationships and property. The Michelson team stands ready to evaluate your needs, recommend the best course of action, and provide second-to-none service every time. Call Michelson & Associates today.
At Intermountain Healthcare, you get the same healthcare partners, caregivers you know and trust, but you also get more. More nationally renowned specialists to serve you. More holistic care, including preventive care and mental health. More technology options to simplify and improve your care experience. What does getting more mean? A healthier, stronger you and healthier, stronger communities. Because all of us are better together.
Welcome back to Aging and Awesome and our continuing coverage of seniors and the coronavirus from the Senior Care Plus Clinic on Neal Road and Del Monte Lane in Reno. Joining us today is Steve Akeroth. He's with the Nevada Housing Division to discuss some of the new CARES Act funding, the second wave that is helping not only seniors, but all people that are struggling to pay their rent. Steve, there is a great amount of seniors out there that are falling into this category, struggling during the pandemic. What is some of the relief that's coming their way?
So we have emergency rental assistance that's been provided by the federal government. The state of Nevada has actually received $208 million. The bulk of that is headed to Clark County, but there is support for Washoe County and then the rural counties. You can access the portals to apply for this through housing.mv.gov. Or if you live in Washoe County, you can call the Reno Housing Authority at 329-3630. Or if you're in one of the rural counties, so Lyon County, Carson City, you would call the Nevada Rural Housing Authority at 302-5090.
And what qualifies someone for some of that money?
So you have to be, with this current round of funding, under 80% of annual median income. Annual median income varies from county to county, but right now we're looking at about $60,000 as the annual median income roughly in this area, so 80% of that, you'd be roughly $40,000 or less, and you would be eligible. Most people who are struggling with the virus, who do need rental assistance, are much lower than that. And you have to demonstrate that you've had a COVID impact, either health-wise or economically. And if you can do those two things, you qualify and you should be able to get some emergency rental assistance.
Do you think this is something our audience, 55 plus, will be qualifying for?
With seniors, actually we've seen a greater degree of success in handling the pandemic from a rental assistance program because a lot of them are basically fixed income and their rent rates haven't necessarily increased. But for those seniors who are still working, who may have lost a job or a partial job if they were doing something as a part-time job on the side, yes, it's hugely important.
Well, that's so good to hear, Steve, so thank you so much. I also want to talk while I have your ear. This is a busy man. It's good we got him. A lot of scenarios happen all the time for families, both pandemic and non-pandemic, of trying to find housing for their mother or father that is on a fixed income, and finding that affordable housing is tough in Northern Nevada. What are some of the new developments coming out for older people, 55 plus, and their families to get that housing?
So the division oversees a number of programs. One of them is the development of affordable housing. And there are some 55 plus properties coming onto the market in Reno. The best place to find those resources is at envyhousingsearch.org, or you can call their toll-free line at 1-877-428-8844.
So Steve, I want to paint a little scenario for you. Let's say my dad is in his 80s and needs to find housing that's affordable, that he can live in. He's independent. He doesn't need care of any sort. What does that process look like? Where does a family member start?
Well, you really have to start at the envyhousingsearch.org website or by calling them. And based on that, you can actually kind of narrow down exactly what those needs are. 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, things of that nature. And they will actually guide you through the process. I will tell you there is a dearth of affordable housing available in Reno. It's not an easy task to find. Unfortunately, we try as best we can to keep creating affordable housing and preserving what we have. So it will be a little bit of a difficult task to find that.
That's what I've been hearing, and I do appreciate your honesty that it is an uphill battle, but one that can be met. Let's hear that website one more time.
It's envyhousingsearch.org.
Thank you so much, Steve, for coming on the show. Now let's head over to Joe and realtor Marsha Rambo, who are talking about the current housing market here in Nevada. Hey, Joe.
Hello, hi, I'm here with Marsha Rambo, and she's with Realty One Group Eminence. Marsha, what's things going on now in the housing market?
Well, Joe, thanks for having me here.
You're welcome.
After 35 years in the real estate business, we see all kinds of markets, up and down, and we are definitely up. The supply is low, and that creates competition. So we're seeing a lot of overbids. We're seeing a lot of cash buyers come in to Reno area. So it's hard for the first-time buyers, some of them, because most of them have to get a loan. So a lot of them, they're just getting beat out by the people that come in here with cash. So it's what it is. Real estate goes in cycles, and we're on an upswing. And in December of 2020, the city of Reno actually had a record $500,000 median house price. So I think with seniors, you need to make a plan. And especially as we're getting older, you have to decide, am I ready to downsize? Am I ready to go from that 2-story to 1-story? Do I not want to do yard work anymore? And now could be your opportune time to do that, because you want to try to sell at the peak of the market.
Right.
Many people have equity, so you have the possibility of being able to get into something smaller, pay cash, so you aren't going to have a mortgage to worry about. Or if you're at the point of your life where you need to go into independent living, that's going to give you, you'll be able to afford to be able to, possibly do that.
Well, I think it's a good time to be in real estate, and it's a good time to know all the facts and know the area. which you do. So that's good.
Well, it's hard. It's a little frustrating to be in this market right now because you feel bad for people that, I have people that I end up having to call and go, oh, I'm sorry, your offer wasn't accepted. Yeah. You call the agent says, oh, I've got 20 offers. Okay, how many are cash? Wow. And if they have to get a loan, you're probably not going to get it.
Right.
Everybody has to be patient, and I always tell people, okay, the right one's going to come along. So,
well, I think people are fortunate to have good realtors like you, because you care about the people.
Well,
that's great.
I think too with the seniors, they need to talk to their tax advisors, and they have somebody that does their estate planning for them, and see where they're at. If it makes sense for them to make that move now, it really is an opportune time for them to take advantage of what's going on in the market right now.
Well, thanks a lot for being here, and thanks
you're
for
welcome.
all your information.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Joe and Marcia. After the break, we take a spin in my cab and have something for you to win at home. Stay right there. Aging and Awesome. We'll be right back.
Spanning Northwest Nevada, the independent, assisted, and memory care communities of Fernley Estates, Mountain Lake Estates, Summit Estates, and Carson Valley Senior Living. Caring people, serving people, improving lives. Take a tour of these fantastic communities today.
If you're 64 or 65 and newly eligible for Medicare, you only have a few months to enroll, or you may incur a late enrollment penalty. By understanding Medicare now, you'll have time to get a full picture of the choices that are right for you. Join experts from Senior Care Plus for a free ABCs of Medicare seminar to learn about Medicare and the options available to you. Sign up at seniorcareplus.com or call 775-982-3158 today.
Feeling lonely or disconnected? The Nest Collaborative is here for you. Nest volunteers provide social support and technology assistance by phone or online to older adults, veterans, and adults living with disabilities. Call 682-8641 to get connected. GI Consultants' highest priority is patient safety, with screening and infection control measures to keep our community safe, utilizing telemedicine services, allowing patients to visit with a provider from the comfort and safety of their home. For the best gastrointestinal and liver care, choose GI Consultants. Eden Home Health is Northern Nevada's highest-rated home health for quality of patient care. You have a choice. Ask your doctor for the best in-home health care, Eden Home Health. And Eden Hospice. The personalized care team at Eden Hospice is dedicated to focusing on your loved one's quality of life during a difficult time. Eden Hospice's mission is to ensure dignity for every patient. Find out how Eden Hospice can help your family by calling 841-6123.
Hi folks, Ron Ford for Sierra Air. Do you know the most important factor in the lifespan of a new furnace and air conditioner is the quality of the installation? That's why at Sierra Air we take pride in our award-winning team of install experts. They get the job done right every time. We also provide a comfort promise, 100% money-back guarantee, and the best warranty program in the industry. To learn more, give us a call or visit sierraair.com.
Perfect indoor weather, Sierra Air.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
Welcome back to Aging and Awesome. Kai's Cab here at Morning Star. I have some inside intel that says the contestant today is one of the sharpest in the hood. Who do we have in the back?
Am I supposed to say?
Your name, who is it? Who are you? How are you?
Deanna Jackson.
Oh, Deanna, thank you so much for coming. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Are you one of the sharpest in the hood?
Well, I don't claim that, but you know.
Well, they say you are, and I'm excited to give you a run for your money. Are you ready to play Kai's Cab?
Sure.
Here we go. You got to get 3 out of 4 questions right, and you are the winner of a fantastic prize today. We got some chocolate for you. Deanna, you ready to play?
Sure.
Your first question. Where was the Aztec Empire? Is it A, present-day Mexico, B, South America, C, Africa, or D, North America?
Present-day Mexico.
Present-day Mexico is correct. Wow, okay, good. You're off to a good start, Deanna. Question number 2. In what city did jazz music start? Is it A, London, England, B, New York, New York, C, New Orleans, Louisiana, Or D, Charleston, South Carolina?
New Orleans, Louisiana.
New Orleans, Louisiana. Are these too easy for you?
Well, I don't know. So far, I just happen to know the answers.
Sometimes I get emails from folks at home, who I love, and say they're either too hard or too easy. So I'm glad you're enjoying this thus far. Have you ever been to New Orleans?
No, but I do love jazz.
Oh, I love to hear that. Me too, me too. Well, okay, you got one more question, Deanna. Get it right, and you are a winner. Here it is.
Okay.
What is the length around a circle called? A, diameter, B, radius, C, circumference, or D, area?
Circumference.
Circumference without even thinking, Deanna. Just like that, bida bada boom, you are a winner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for playing, and we really appreciate you.
Oh, well, thank you for asking me.
Next week on Aging and Awesome, we tour the all-new Senior Care Plus clinic that is giving the community an exciting new way to stay healthy. Plus, how a new initiative is helping seniors stay connected. We introduce you to the Nest Collaborative. This is all happening next Saturday, 7 p.m. on CBS in Reno, and Sunday, 3:30 p.m. on Fox 5 in Las Vegas.
That's all the time we have today. What a show. Our challenge for you this week.
Valentine's Day can be a time of celebration with your spouse, but for some, an emotional reminder of lost loved ones. Remember those who have been through a death in their family and remind them they are loved and appreciated this Valentine's Day.
Want to win a Roku streaming player for your TV? We are giving them away. Head to our website, agingandawesome.com. Click the subscribe to our newsletter link to get weekly updates on what's coming up on the show and other ways to stay aging and awesome.
Each month, we will give one lucky subscriber a brand new Roku streaming player. And remember, you can watch the show anywhere and anytime on Roku, Amazon, and Apple. Just search Aging and Awesome to download our app. All of this would not be possible without community stakeholders who are worthy of your patronage as they better the lives of seniors and their families through partnering with us. A big thank you to
Senior Care Plus,
GI Consultants,
Eden Home Health and Hospice, the Better Business Bureau, Morningstar Senior Living of Sparks,
Marsha Rambo with Realty One Group Eminence,
Your Insurance Agency, Michelson and Associates,
Summit Estates, Fernley Estates, Mountain Lake Estates, and Carson Valley Senior Living,
Intermountain Healthcare,
Infinity Hospice Care,
Sierra Air, the Nest Collaborative, and Lakeside Manor.
See you next week. Bye.
1, 2, 3, listen.
Jolly good show.